much for checking out. Check it out. Now, Rick Ross clearly thinks the judge in his pistol whipping case is a fucking fool. Now, he's trying to get off of the case or trying to get thrown out by saying he had to pistol whip somebody in self-defense. And let me just give you that a whole breakdown, because Rick Ross got his big old mansion, and last year he hired a bunch of people to do work on it, and according to what was presented in court, he allowed him to stay in the guest house. So a couple people who were doing work on the crib could stay in the guest house. Now, Rick Ross wasn't at the property much. He's out touring, he's doing media and press. He's always out. Now, think about it, right? If you give somebody the keys to your mansion and they could stay there, you think they're not about to invite some friends over? You think they're not about to invite like a family? Now, if they were professional, they wouldn't. But of course, let's get serious. You're working for a rapper. So what happened is that the people who were working on the property that was allowed to stay in the guest house, they essentially invited a whole bunch of people to Rick Ross' crib. They were partying, salsa dancing on his fucking marble floors, spilling Belvedere vodka, eating up all the lemon pepper wings, and all the motherfucking diced pineapples, okay? So Rick Ross comes home unexpected. They ain't even expect him. He pops in and he's like, what the fuck going on up in here? Enrique Iglesias? What the fuck? Suavemente? What? So basically, he got mad. Right? Now, he's with like his security guard, and allegedly, and this is according to the victim, and this is what the prosecutor is saying, that Rick Ross ran down on him, was chasing him, and you know Rick Ross slow as a motherfucker, so he was chasing him from room to room. He caught one of them, which, by the way, that already sounds like a lie. If Rick Ross catches you in a foot race, that's a problem. But caught one of them, locked him in a room, and then threatened them and also pistol whipped them, okay? Now, this is what Rick Ross' lawyer is saying in court, because they got a new judge, and the judge kind of want to restart the case, but Rick Ross is like, why restart the case when we should just throw it out? We should throw the entire motherfucking thing out just because it makes no sense that this is an actual thing that's going to trial. Now, Rick Ross says, hey, judge, I had to smack that motherfucker with a pistol out of self-defense, okay? Picture this, judge. I come home, I only allow like 2 motherfuckers to stay in my crib. I hear all type of chittling and noises on my motherfucking marble floor, and I said, who that? Now, they got the lights off. I walk into the room, everybody being quiet. It's like they're playing hide and seek with a gangster. And all of a sudden, I bump into one of them. Now, I just kind of swung off of just trying to defend myself. That's basically what he's claiming. Exactly what he's claiming, okay? His lawyer didn't really mention nothing about no gun. He just said, yeah, Rick Ross did swing a couple times, and the reason why he swung is that if somebody was on his property uninvited, and these are the extra guests, and he bumps into them in the dark, why would he not try to protect himself if he feels they could be doing something to him, okay? The judge has actually postponed this case. They say they're going to revisit it. It looks like it might be restarted. However, it doesn't look like Rick Ross is getting this goddamn case thrown out. Again, the fact that some of the wounds homie had, and this is like Hispanic dude, his wounds is consistent with somebody smacking him with a gun, okay? And if you're defending yourself, you're not smacking somebody with a gun. Just common sense, okay? And by the way, the judge also told Rick Ross to shut the fuck up on social media about the case. He said, don't talk about me on social media. Don't talk about the prosecutor on social media. And if you keep doing that, talking about you asking for help, we gonna fuck you up in here. So he should learn his lesson. And hopefully, if Rick Ross is innocent, he'll get off. We don't know. However, it don't look too good for him, all right? Get in the comment box. What you guys like. Tell me, subscribe to Akademiks. I'm out.